Alright guys, welcome back to another gold prospecting video. As promised, we are back out at Big Bend here at Steele St Park in Colorado. And recently I held a poll on my YouTube channel asking you guys if you wanted to see me back out with the river sluice or with the mini high banker, and the mini high banker won the votes. So that is what we are out with today. I've got the Prospector's Dream mini high banker and I've got it set up ready to go here. So first things first, I already test panned a spot, found some good decent color in there, but I really wanted to, with this video, I really wanted to focus on processing the material through the mini high banker and then the cleanup portion of it once we get home, once we take those concentrates home, and focus on that part of it. So I'm not going to show a whole lot of the digging and whatnot, a little bit here and there, but we're mostly going to focus just on the mini high banker processing that material. So appreciate you guys joining me for this video. Let's get started and let's see if we can find some of that Colorado shiny gold. All right, and like I said before in my last video, it is best to wet classify just in case there is any gold stuck to any of the rocks here. That's going to go through and you'll be able to process it. But because we're a little bit short on time, we're just going to go ahead and dry classify it, cross our fingers, hope for the best. And I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, but this is kind of what I'm talking about, why you want to wet classify. You can kind of see the dirt stuck to these rocks there. So there's probably going to be some gold stuck to those rocks, and we're going to miss out on it, but we're just going to go with it. All right, guys, so instead of doing a completely full bucket, we're about 3/4 of the way full here. That's pretty good. We're going to go ahead and run this. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and shut her down here, clean it out, pan it out, see how we did. Alright, one mat down. It's probably a major close-up for you guys with you being on my head there. Sorry about that. And then we want to make sure we clean out the leftover stuff there. So we're going to go ahead and actually, we're just going to power this on real quick here. All right. Perfect. And that's not bad right there. So you can tell it's really dark. It's a lot of your black sands. It's exactly what this mat is good at, is catching those black sands, getting rid of all the other light material that you don't need, that the gold's not gonna be in. All right, gonna go ahead and pan this bad boy out and see how we did. So we're gonna go ahead and pan out what we got in our sluice there, or in our high banker, mini high banker. See if we did any better than, wow, man, actually look at that. You can already see gold right there. So let's go ahead and get those. Oh man, actually there's actually quite a few. So let's see if we can get this all. Oh man, okay. So I want to actually try and go ahead and get the pieces we can see. You can see a lot of black sand, man. Those dream mats do a really great job capturing that black sand and just holding on to it. And that's exactly what we want. So you know it's working, doing its job. All right. I think we're down far enough. We can probably go ahead and see how we did here. Hopefully pretty good. I wasn't super stoked about that spot. There were just a couple colors. Actually, you can see a pretty nice piece of gold right there. And then there's one also right there. Don't know if you can see those. Sorry if you can't. Do promise they are there. We want to go ahead and suck those up because we don't want to risk losing any gold. Like I said before, the gold out here is so tiny that you really just want to be able to hold on to every single piece you possibly can. But yeah, there's quite a bit of colors in here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to unload all this in that bucket and we'll take it home. We're going to run it through the blue bowl and do it that way because there are just too many in here, which is great. We love to see it, man. That's what we're here for. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. but you got colors all over here and all over there. You got some down there. It's pretty good, guys. Some good color. Now, if I got in here earlier, and if we could have ran at least 5 buckets or even, man, 10, that's quite ambitious. That's a lot of work. I'd have to bring help. But if we could run that, man, we'd do pretty good. So I'm gonna just pan this back, try and give you guys a close-up shot just so you can kind of see, hopefully a little bit better once all this black sand's gone. But yeah, we're gonna take this home. We'll use a magnet on it, pull out the magnetic stuff, make it a little easier, and then we'll classify it down to a couple sizes, and then we'll run it through the blue bowl. But all right, so hopefully you guys can see. If you can't, I'm really sorry. I know that reflection is like really bad. All right, guys, so quick look again. Here's Big Ben. Ideally, if you're familiar with this location, you really want to be up there, but I'll try and get a shot of it on my way out. But that area has been so heavily worked. There are numerous holes that are really deep. So I wanted to come down here a little bit further. The beautiful thing about this bar here, this cobblestone bar, is you can pretty much find gold anywhere in it. So you're probably going to do better a little further upstream there, but you can still find it, just as you can see in the gold pan there. Still quite a bit of gold. So anyways, I'm going to get packed up. I'm going to put this stuff in the bucket. So we're going to go ahead and end the video here, and then I will pick back up once we get running through the blue bowl and then show you guys the final result. All right, guys, welcome to the cleanup portion of this video. We've got all of our material that we ran. It's actually going to be from last weekend, an outing that we did then, and then yesterday when we were back out at Big Ben. And we've got the blue bowl set up here, about ready to power it on and start processing our material. Just want to go through real quick, show you guys what I did. The first thing that I did with all the material before it was separated was I used our magnet right over there, and I separated all the vast majority of the black sands or the magnetic sands. Got that out of there. That's going to make it easier to run your material. So that's going to be all the magnetic sands right there. And then I used a 30 mesh classifier right here to separate. It's got your plus 30 mesh, everything that couldn't fall through there, and then you've got your really fine material that fell through that 30 mesh classifier. So this is the material that we're going to run. We're still going to pan that out just to be sure that there's no gold in there, but more than likely there's probably not, as the gold at Big Ben is very fine. So we're going to go ahead and power up the blue bowl. We're going to run this material and see how we did. All right, let's get it powered up. Now, if you guys notice, the water in this is a little bit bubbly, and the reason for that is we added just a couple drops of jet dry. That basically acts as a surfactant. It breaks the surface tension of the water to keep your gold from floating, because we want that gold to settle. So, all right, once we get it up to about where we want, then we're going to start loading our material in and let the blue bowl do its thing. Alright, and the way this works is the water is rotating around there. It's going to lift all that light material up over that cone and down, leaving all the gold behind. We'll get a little more material in there, and then we're going to turn it up just a little bit. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but we do have some gold specks right at the bottom. All right, guys, I'm going to give you a quick close-up, see if you guys can see some of the color in there. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it. but you want to look right there. I know that glare is pretty bad, so if you can't see it, once we stop, get it all cleaned up, we'll show you guys how we did. Alright guys, here is a look at the final cleanup. We just finished processing all of our concentrates through the blue bowl, got it all dried out, and this is what we ended up with, and I am pretty darn happy with this. So like I said, just a quick note, this was 2 trips to Big Bend there in Denver, right off the South Platte. This was from an outing I had last weekend, and then again this weekend yesterday on Saturday. Total, we ran about 6 or 7 full 5-gallon buckets, and we ran it through the Prospector's Dream Mini High Baker. So I am pretty happy with this. This looks pretty good. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for checking it out, and hope you guys are having a great day, and we will catch you guys on the next one.